everybody. Nicole here with Repairs First. And of course, it wouldn't be alive without a connection issue on one of the platforms. So I'm going to fix that really quickly. Okay, so we have some exciting news. The RFA, with me, I have Anthony with Compass Health. I will let him explain who he is and what they do. But basically, the RFA is, oh, my camera fell. So sorry. And I don't want to use the wrong terms, okay? But it's like a kind of like a group healthcare situation. But I'm going to let him describe it. You do not need to have to be a member of the RFA. I know some of the things that I go live about are for members only. So if you're used to watching these lives and you're like, well, this is probably for members only, it's not. So anybody is able to, we're actually going to do our normal session after this. We do a private session with Anthony. We're going to record it, really deep dive into what's going on and how you can benefit from it and maybe find some discounts on healthcare. And so you can join that even if you're a member or not. Below is the link. If you just fill out this form, you'll get a link to join the session with me and Anthony. But if you just want to sign up and get a quote and you're just like, what? I heard healthcare. I need a quote. I want to see what I can save. All you need to do is go to this link, which is on our website. So if you go to repairsfirst.com, you're going to see a menu item that says healthcare. Can't get any more complicated than that, right? And then you're going to scroll down and you're going to see a calendar item where you can set up a calendar day to have a conversation with Brian, and he'll get you all set up to get you to the right person to get a quote. Okay. So Anthony, I'm going to let you take over here because I don't want to say the wrong thing. We kind of talked about this before. I want to make sure, since it's healthcare, that we talk about this accurately. Tell us who you are, a little bit about Compass Health, and what does RFA have going on right now?
Okay, so thank you very much for the introduction. My name is Anthony Carpenter. I'm the managing partner at Compass Health Consultants. We are what's called a nationwide broker and distributor and builder of health insurance products. We have just recently partnered with RFA and their members and their affiliates to help provide them healthcare solutions. One of the ones we'll talk about today, because I know it's everyone's most exciting thing to talk about healthcare, is some of the things that are out there. It's been a really rough year for health insurance because you had the advanced subsidies going away, you had a lot of fraud in the marketplace, and just a lot of uncertainty out there. So where we really help provide is group options for that individual and solopreneur person that doesn't have to be working at a Google or at a Ford or something like that. For lack of a better term, some of the options that we do are association group plans and things like that. So RFA being an association affiliate, many members can join this and you get full ACA compliant major medical coverage that is usually 60 to 70% cheaper than its equivalent, out there.
And how does that work? I mean, because I'm going to be honest with you, I am also going to get a quote, and because I do pay for insurance, and I'm just curious, how does that work? Because I feel like sometimes it feels like almost a myth, kind of like, I don't know why. I don't know what made us feel that way, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to get a quote from you. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm going to get a discount. But this is legitimate. So like, how does that work? Like, because RFA is an association, I mean, what is making it cheaper? I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? Like then going somewhere like a marketplace, which some people I guess would benefit more from a marketplace. But if you can't be on the marketplace, you have to go and find insurance, and you're going to a company privately.
So we do both. So I don't want to knock either side because, so there was a time period when I had heart failure many years ago and I had to be on the marketplace for a period of time. And it worked very well for my family at the time, but we evolved, our business grew and we're on a group plan. So how that works, it's very, I simplify it for you. Okay. So in the world of insurance, and it doesn't matter what carrier that you're working with. Okay. So we have what's called a base aggregate rate across the United States. It's about $150 per 10 years you're on the planet, period. Doesn't matter. A little more expensive if you're in New York and California, Florida, a little less expensive if you're in Alabama, but that's about the aggregate. The rest of it is what we have to do is we have to spread that risk out. So the reason why we're just going to use the marketplace as an example, the marketplace, doesn't have a pool to spread that risk. Okay. And they don't have ways of reclaiming premium. So we're not really getting an accurate thing. So with the associations, we can spread that risk in a concentrated pool where I can put, let's say, an association like you with another association. Now we have 300,000 people in there, and you can spread that risk significantly. And that's really the only way you reduce premiums, by spreading risk. So by putting it in a pooled environment, unfortunately, it doesn't work in the marketplace because they don't pay, the insurance companies don't get paid as well on it. And that's why you don't see as many participating in it. But if we pool those assets together, you can significantly reduce that risk. I mean, listen, young kids are great. So when families join in, you have more and more numbers, and also by demographics. So if you join an association that I have people from Florida to California, that's going to reduce the risk. So the more you do that, the more and more options come about. And then the real insurance carriers, because most people don't understand that who it says on their card most of the time isn't your insurance company. So
really,
a misnomer that most people don't understand is Blue Cross Blue Shield is not an insurance company.
What? You're blowing my mind right now, Anthony. What's going on?
I work with all 32 of them. They are 32 independent companies. One company owns 9 of them, but so they're independent, and they use a pooled network. And they actually don't even talk to each other, by the way. So try being on our side. So our job is to work with all those and see how we can pool that type of risk in associations, let's say unions. I mean, honestly, we do a lot. We've done a lot with Chamber of Commerce, because those types of plans are how actually health insurance started. I mean, group health insurance started for unions many years ago. Most people don't know that. So our goal here is to say, okay, now we have the repair first, and I have an association and different things that we can put that together with. And by being able to spread that risk a much broader market nationwide, you can significantly lower those premiums. You can still use, obviously we're going to still have, nationwide networks, because you have that many people, you have to have nationwide networks. So they're all going to be on, let's say PPO, chassis and things like that. But by doing that, that's how we do that. And it's been around a very, very long time. It's just been more and more, the demand's been more and more and more, because marketplace premiums have gone up significantly.
Yeah.
The network has gotten smaller, and once again, we do both. So whatever fits best for you guys is what we're here about. But by being able to,
when you say you do both, you can help someone get set up on the marketplace. Is that what you mean?
Absolutely. So I'm what's called an MGA. So we're a master distributor. So we work with every available marketplace carrier there is in the country. So we do both, literally, on the marketplace, off the market. It doesn't matter to us. 9 out of 10 times it works out better to pool risk. Sometimes with some people's situation, though, they may qualify for something free in the marketplace. We're going to put them on the marketplace 100% of the time, because we want to work with that business and help them grow and their needs change. Because a small business may also start an association plan, and then all of a sudden the guy's got 20 or 30 employees. Well, now he needs his own group plan based off of his company for reasons, and we work with them as they grow, and we help them manage that through the process.
Wow, it's very interesting. Oh, somebody says hi. Hi, how are you? So if someone is on the fence about getting a quote, do you know, have you experienced where people are kind of on the fence about getting a quote? And they're just like, I don't know. I got a quote before. It was crazy, ridiculous from another place. Is there anything that you can tell them?
So yeah, and I get the advantage because I play both sides, because most people go to a broker and don't realize that a broker has to come through a distributor like myself. There's very few of us nationwide. But the things you want to look for when you're getting a quote is, I want to have more than one, option. You don't need 30. Less, 30 is just, is overwhelmed. But we want to have multiple, okay, carrier A, carrier B, carrier C. Three good carrier options is good to start, with anyone. And the flexibility. I don't like quoting just off the first phone call. I prefer somebody, and once again, I have to represent lots of agents, so I have to speak very generally. I prefer someone having a conversation on, what's important to them, because each person is different. And even on association plans, you have 30 or 40 different options where, one person may say, hey, I want an HSA, and another person may say, well, I just have kids, so I need copays. So gathering the information is the most important thing. If they're not asking you, what's important to you and your family, because insurance has one job. And I know we love to, put it on TV and politicize it. Insurance job is to mitigate the risk to that person. And it's a scary thing because you're dealing with a person at their most vulnerable time. So you expect it to work in my most vulnerable time in need. So if they're not taking the time to find out what's important to you and your family and what your risk is and what's going on, I'm going to tell you to run, whether it's my guy or any other guy out there. That's the first most important. If he's not listening to you, and no, he may come back to you and say, hey, that's, my mind, I'd love my insurance to be $300 a month. That'd be great. Yeah. But, if he's not, that would scare me. But if you want someone and they give you the options, and, they're a professional, they're not blowing your phone up all the time, and they give you the information you need, that's the type of person you want to work with. If someone's pushing you in a situation where it's making you uncomfortable, or, things like that, that's something you want to, stay away from. And one of the hardest things,
good thing is that if they come through us, they're going to work with an amazing person and get a great quote and really find out what works best for them. Because some people they may be watching this and be like, I just want what's cheap. I don't have any health problems. I never go to the doctor. And then some other people are like in the worst time of their life and they are dealing with cancer and they can't get insurance. You know what I mean? So like, it's so different. I have a sister that's dealing with cancer for past, 3-4 years. And it's just crazy. There's definitely a lot to be considered. And I think that we don't even really consider healthcare until we really need it to cover something important. You know what I mean?
So that's how I got into, so I came from the finance world, and I only did large group and big finance. And I had congestive heart failure, and I did CrossFit and Titans and all those things. And my wife and I made a decision. We never wanted people to go through what we went through. And that's how we've been doing this for almost 10 years now.
That's amazing.
The transition, but, it's a very vulnerable time. And that's really the thing. Now Mike works with us. We have an amazing team that has back office. So two of the things that come with you guys, which most people don't get. So everyone with Repair First and everyone comes up, they have a full concierge with back office support. So God forbid someone's having a problem with a prescription, you be calling in saying, hey, I need help with this. There's a concierge for that. There's a concierge to help you with doctors. There's a concierge, for those things that make the headaches of health insurance much better. Because listen, it's never going to go perfect 100% of the time, but the service side, understanding, prior authorizations and doing those types of things are something that, they're second to none at. And that's where they really, really, help you out there.
But that's awesome. So if you guys are watching the live or you're watching the recording, maybe you scrolling on social media and you saw this and now you're interested, just go to our website, repairsfirst.com, and book a quick call with Brian. He'll help you out. If you are an RFA member and you are watching this, all you need to go do is go to your portal, rfamembers.com, products and go to healthcare, and everything's going to be there that you need. Get you in touch with Mike, where he'll go ahead and help you get you the quote, understand what's best for you. And this is like a group or pooled situation, and I don't know the difference between the wordings, but that's, you know, how we can try to help you save. And like you said, there's some things that come with it if you come through the RFA. So it's open for anybody. Even if you're not a member and you are watching this, I cannot stress this enough, you can still get a quote through this, and you will count as your RFA, even if you're not a paying member. We really want to try to help the industry. We know a lot of you are small business owners that are out here. You make too much to be maybe on the marketplace, or maybe you can be on the marketplace, but you're confused by it. And you need healthcare options. We're purely wanting to put this out here and went through this process for you. So definitely take advantage of it. Okay, Anthony, we're going to jump on our other live. If anybody's watching and you want to get on our live, all you have to do is fill out this form, and you can jump on, and then you can speak to Anthony directly. We're going to record it and send it out to our email list. So if you are on our email list, you'll also get that. But it's very simple. All you have to do is go to Repairs First, set up, fill out that information there, or set up a meeting real quick with Brian so he can get you connected with Mike and get you your quote. So, all right, Anthony, thank you so much. I will see you on the other link so then we can get the recording done.
So I have another link.
Yep.